everybody, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be my 2019 year in review, my retrospective, and we are going to be talking about what you guys can expect in 2020. So be excited. I hope you guys stay tuned. So unfortunately, I do have to work today, and that's why I couldn't get all dressed up and do a stream, but I wanted to do this video for you guys. And I really wanted to do like an award show type thing where we give like an award to like the most viewed video and sort of stuff like that. Hunter was like, let's try to reach 13,000 subscribers. I said, let's try to reach at least 15,000. Let's aim a little higher, but the dream was always 20,000. And there was a minute there where it had become fall, like the fall semester, and I was just like, we still aren't at 15,000. I'm getting like really worried that we won't be able to do this. You can even see in my diary, I still wrote that like, still hoping, I don't know. But if I had to give an award, it would be to the Miraculous Ladybug fandom. Like, you guys totally deserve it, and that's not to knock any other fandom that subscribes to me, right? But Miraculous did that. You guys did that. My 18,000 subscribers, that's your 18,000 subscribers, Miraculous fandom, because I got so much support when I started to do my reactions. Like, we built such a good community together, like, of Miraculous fans on the videos. Like, I've just received so much love and gratitude, you know, from the Miraculous Ladybug community, I guess you could say, and like, they have come through. They came through for our reactions. Like, some of my reactions almost have 100,000 views, and that to me is insane, and I can't wait for season 4. If you guys are still around, if you guys can put up with me until the next season, I'm just so thankful. I'm just so glad that we were able to do it, but you were able to do it, right? You guys thought that I was worth subscribing to, and that's what did it. Does that make sense? That's how I feel. I feel like it is entirely you guys. You guys did it. And so thank you guys so much. 2019 as a whole, I went back and watched my my New Year's video from last year, and somebody was like, 2019 is gonna be your year, Calxiyn, and it really was, and I'm so happy, because I've been so happy this year. You know what I mean? Like, in my last video from last year, I talked about sort of dealing with my depression and my anxiety, and you know, there's always still a little bit of struggle, but it doesn't hinder you know, my everyday, my ability to function, and that's the most important thing, because it used to, right? Like, I had so much anxiety. Like, I never thought I was gonna be able to have a job like I do now. Like, even though I'm like, damn, I have to work. Like, no, seriously, like, it is crazy. Like, I never thought I was gonna be able to do this. I really got over my sort of anxiety, my social anxiety and all that stuff, and I've just been so happy this year. Like, this is one of the best years of my adult life. Like, I actually do believe that, and it's not just because of the YouTube stuff. It's just, you know, everything. Like, this entire year, I got to go to RTX again. I got to go see Arnold. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten to sort of travel around a bit. I think that this year is full of the best videos that we have ever made, like, quality-wise, but also sort of, you know, just most viewed. Right? But the quality to me is more important, and I want to make more of those videos for you guys. Last year I was like, oh, you know, I just kind of want to do stuff when I want to, right? And that has really paid off this year. Like, I've done so many things just on a whim, and those videos have gotten popular. You know what I mean? Like, Has Been Hotel. Has Been Hotel was just like, why don't we do this? This seems fun, and all of our videos are for fun, right? But we didn't think anything was gonna come of it, and now that's our most viewed video. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. We have either peaked this year, or it is the start of something, right? Like, I've either peaked in 2019 and I'm never gonna get this amount of views again, which is surely possible, but I think that we are building up to something. I think that 2020 is gonna be even more awesome and more exciting and even more great. That's what I think. I truly believe that. And so now I wanna get into 2020, because I feel like that's basically all the goals we had. We had the subscriber goal. We wanted to sort of just do what I want, like, do what we wanted for the channel and all that stuff. And I feel like those were our two main things. And for me, it was like the anxiety and depression sort of getting better mentally, which definitely happened. But now I have a 2020 goal board. I love boards. I love schedules. I don't know if you guys realize that, but I do. You know, the channel has a schedule, all of that sort of stuff. So here's how I've separated everything, and I'll back up a little bit. So the middle here is all the goals. So 1, diversifying content on the YouTube channel. 2, 1,000 Twitch subscribers. I keep saying 100,000, and I'm like, geez, I'm not Arnold. Like, let's not get carried away. 1,000 subscribers on the second channel. General wellness, and so that has more to do with my sleep and like meditating and stuff, and then exercising more. And so those are all of my goals. And so I have sort of like how far we are on our goals and how to achieve the goals. And the reason why I didn't do a subscriber goal for the YouTube channel is because I feel like the next big one is 50,000, and I feel like we definitely won't get that this year. But to me, it's more like, what's more important to me now is not subscribers. Like, the reason I wanted 20,000 is because 20,000 and up is when people start to sort of acknowledge you. Does that make sense? As like that you're making good content. I know that sounds silly. Like, numbers do not mean good content, guys, but in my mind, like, after you reach sort of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, that's when people are like, oh, like, this person's actually, like, doing something. You understand what I mean? And so it was always about that, like, proving to people that I was sort of serious about this and all of that stuff, that this is, like, something that is to be taken seriously, you know? Because now, instead of focusing on subscribers for this channel, I really just want to focus on content. And by diversifying content, you guys can sort of see on this side, like, all the things that I have to do to achieve those goals. So to exercise, I'm gonna use the Ring Fit. Get 1,000 Twitch followers, I have to stream. You know, to get 1,000 subscribers on the second channel, I gotta upload, right? And, you know, for general wellness, I have to do my sleep tracker and take my vitamins and all that stuff, right? And diversifying content. So I've had this idea for a while, and I've seen another channel do something similar, and now I'm kicking myself. They were doing the lessons that X Animation has taught us. So the lessons that Mulan taught us, stuff like that. I had this idea for a video series, and I want to start doing it very, very soon. It's called the Princess Perception Problem. And I wanted to talk about how sort of, you know, there is a general sort of memory or consciousness about Disney princesses, like, say, Cinderella, and then there's the actual canon and what the actual canon shows of her. You know what I mean? And so with Cinderella, it's like, oh, she was helpless, oh, you know, the prince had to save her. Like, it sort of dips into, like, oh, like, the older Disney movies are so sexist, or so this, or so that, right? And there's this video by Lindsay Ellis that I really like called Woke Disney, and Disney trying to sort of wokeify themselves and do that to characters that were sort of already, like, in their own right, like Belle and sort of Jasmine, who were already very, you know, strong characters, and sort of wokeifying them. That's sort of what I mean. I want to upload and have you guys know the theme or the franchise. Like, I want you guys to see a video and be like, oh, it's a Disney video from Cal, but what the fuck is she talking about? In a sense, like, going past sort of theories and ships. Like, I've talked about doing more character analysis, and I really, really, really want to, but, you know, even going past that, like, even going sort of critical and other sort of directions, not just character analysis. I really want to do stuff like that. So that is what diversifying content means. Streaming, obvious, right? And so you guys can sort of see in sort of the lower part of the board, right? Like, January. And this is the bare minimum, right? Like, we're starting with the bare minimum in January to work our way up. And that's why you guys can see, like, somebody was like, Cal, you're only gonna exercise 48 times this year? Like, that seems like a low bar. But, you know, you have to set yourself a low bar, or else you'll stress yourself out when you start to sort of move higher, right? And so exercising once a week, streaming once a week, uploading on the second channel once a week, making a unique video once a month. Those are sort of my goals. I'm not going to go into the sleep tracker thing, because, like, that's more for me. You guys don't need to worry about that. It's just, you know, sleep better, Cal. That's basically the gist of that one. And then February, exercising twice, streaming twice. You know, you guys sort of get it. You guys understand the sort of gist of it, right? Like, the first part of the year is going to be doing more of something that I should be doing. Streaming more, exercising more. But say I exercise for 30 minutes. You know, I can't exercise 12 times a week either. And so it's, instead of, you know, sort of overdoing it in that sense, when we get to, like, say, exercising 7 times a week for 30 minutes, then I'm going to slowly sort of lengthen the time. So, for example, streaming 4 times a week, because I think 4 or 3 times a week is the maximum I could realistically do right now. In my particular sort of situation where I have school, work, the YouTube channel, and the Twitch channel, like, it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot, sis, right? So when you think about that, right, it's not necessarily the quantity of how many streams it is or how many exercise sessions, it is lengthening the time. And sort of that's what you guys would see in, like, the other months, but I haven't done those yet because, you know, I want to see how the first few months go first. And if I stream more than once a week, like in January, that's great. You know what I mean? It's just a sort of suggestion, so I know that I am on the right track or doing well. Like, if I end up streaming 3 times a week in January, I'll be like, yeah, but, you know, you have to start yourself small so you don't psych yourself out. Like, that is what I think. And I hate New Year's resolutions, but I think that this is a really good way to sort of format everything. And the other thing that I want to talk about briefly is just Twitch. Like, I want to make sure that my clips end up here. So, like, gamers react to, like, Makoto's Awakening. Gamers, you know, fight this boss in this video game. Like, I really want to do that. And I sort of did that last year with Kingdom Hearts, and that did really well, but that is how to build a Twitch following. Now, you need to have a YouTube channel, and I find it funny because I had said something in the last New Year's video about cartoons, like, oh, I want to watch more cartoons because you can theorize and like ship in cartoons, whereas with anime it's really hard because there's the manga and the source material. If you aren't caught up, your theories don't really matter to the manga audience, even though they may matter to the anime audience, and you can make anime only theories, but like really like I don't know. That seems sort of weird to me. That's asking to be spoiled. But video games exist, and I just never really thought about it before. Like, I don't know why, but like, you can make a theory about, you know, God of War, because there's no source material as far as I'm aware. You can make a theory about Persona 5 The Royal, because there's no source material, and so it's like, you can theorize about games. Who knew? Even though I've been watching game theory ever since they've ended up in my suggestions. You know what I mean? I love game theory, and it's always like, you know, people are like, make the content you want to see, or you would watch, and all that stuff, and that's good advice. It's also not, and that's like a whole other video, I guess, but my whole, like, my dumb ass didn't, like, even think about, like, hey, I should do Persona theories. I should do Persona ships. You know, like, I thought about migrating my Twitch clips onto the YouTube channel, obviously, but there is a whole thing that I could do with video games as well. And I'm not trying to sort of overwork myself, but it's like, I want to sort of expand, because really, the only things I make theories on right now are Miraculous, Kingdom Hearts, and Ruby. And so that's what I mean by diversifying content as well. Like, not just doing, you know, like different sorts of videos and stuff like that, but also sort of going into new sort of genres like games and stuff. And so yeah, that is the last thing I wanted to sort of explain and clarify. I hope that this video was not too long. I am going to edit it, and I hope that you guys have a good new year. I hope you guys have a good 2020. If there are any questions you guys want to ask me, or anything that you want me to do maybe, or have an idea for me to do, let me know, and I will look at it in the comment section, and I will see you guys later. Bye.